Hello, everyone. I want to start by welcoming you all to this information session for OECM's new office supplies and fine copy paper agreement. My name is Jason Lee, and I'm a customer relationship manager here at OECM. Today's webinar will be presented by myself and our category manager from the supplier relationship management team, Justin Sin. Before we get started, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping points. We expect this webinar to run for about 45 minutes, and during the webinar, all participants will be placed on mute. So if you have a question at any point in time, please submit it using the question box on your screens, and we'll address it during the Q&As. And finally, this presentation will be made available through our website at www.oecm.ca/events in case you miss any points or would like to share it with your colleagues. Moving on to the agenda items, we'll start off by providing some background information and an overview of the agreement. Then we'll talk about the awarded suppliers and the various products that are available through this agreement. Then towards the end, we'll go over how to start using OECM agreements, share our contact information should you have questions or need more information after the webinar. We'll also have a quick walkthrough of our new website. All right, so let's start off with some background and an overview of this agreement. In this project, we essentially combined the office supplies and fine copy paper agreements together, which were originally separate agreements. And under the new agreement, we have two categories of products being offered. First is category A, office supplies, and the next is category B, fine copy paper. Our intention was to award up to 3 suppliers per category, and we finalized the 3 suppliers for the office supplies category, but are currently in negotiations to award an additional supplier under the fine copy paper category. So from these suppliers, you'll be able to purchase high quality products and have the products delivered as per the agreed upon lead time. So with respect to OECM's sourcing process, we conduct procurements that are fair, open, transparent, and also in a competitive manner. All our procurements, including the office supplies and fine copy paper agreement, are compliant with the trade agreement, the BPS procurement directive, as well as with the interim measures of the supply chain centralization initiative. Our end-to-end sourcing process goes from planning at the very beginning all the way to the agreement management once our suppliers have been actually awarded. We start by conducting research during the planning stage where we looked at the previous agreements, had supplier consultations, and we also analyzed the spend, market trends, pricing, and we incorporated customer feedback to get a deeper understanding of what the retendered agreement might need to include. Now, after the RFT was developed, it was posted on October 18th, 2021 on the Ontario Tenders portal, and it closed on November 25th, 2021. We hosted a proponent information session as well as hosting 2 Q&A sessions. The RFT closed with OECM receiving 9 submissions, and upon evaluations, we awarded 3 unique suppliers with 1 additional supplier currently in negotiations under Category B. So moving on to some agreement details, the effective date of the agreement is February 18th, 2022, with an initial expiry date of February 17th, 2026. So this is a 4-year term. And we do have the option to extend the master agreements for 2 additional periods of up to 2 years each. And should both options be exercised, the final expiry date will be February 17th, 2030. Now, in terms of rate refresh, first we've aligned the frequencies with the previous generation agreements. And for the office supplies category, there will be an annual rate refresh opportunity for the suppliers effective April 18th of each year. However, I do want to mention that there will be a semi-annual rate refresh for the first year only, which will be effective October 18th of 2022. This was set due to the ongoing supply chain challenges and the volatility and fluctuations in pricing. Now, as for Category B, fine copy paper, there will be a semi-annual rate refresh opportunity effective April 18th and October 18th of each year. As for 2022, the next rate refresh will be effective October 18th. So now we'll go over who the awarded suppliers are and what the deliverables are for the two categories. And at this point, I'd like to pass it on to my colleague Justin to provide you more information. Justin?
Thank you, Jason. So now let's take a look at awarded supplier partners under each category together. First, starting with category A, office supplies. As you can see on the screen, we have 3 awarded supplier partners under this category, and 2 of them, Grandin Toy and Staples Professional, are incumbent supplier partners from the previous generation of office supplies agreement. Hamster, brand of New Mexico, is the 3rd supplier partner newly awarded under this category. And the next category we have is category B, buying copy paper. As of today, we have 2 awarded supplier partners under this category. They are Grandin Toy as well as Staples Professional. As Jason mentioned in earlier slides, OECM is currently under negotiations with one other preferred proponent. So once negotiations are complete, OECM will provide further updates to our customers. Here are 4 key agreement highlights. We'll go over what products are available under each category, and then followed by financial incentives that awarded supplier partners can provide to our customers. First, let's go over what's included in category A, office supplies. So similar to OECM's other product-based agreements, we have core and non-core products list. As you may be aware, core products are those high-usage products that are commonly purchased by our customers. And these core products will have firm maximum pricing until each price refresh effective date. For the subcategories, we are maintaining the same scope of products offered under the previous generation of the agreement onto the new agreement as well, and they include the following. Office supplies such as labels, notebooks, office machines, and writing instruments. Facility supplies such as coffee, tea and supplies, first aid and facial tissues. Computer supplies such as cables, computer mice and keyboards. Furniture such as chairs and chair mats, filing and storage. And last but not least, PPE/office sanitization products, which were added to the previous generation of office supplies agreement post-COVID-19 pandemic. And we will continue to offer PPE/office sanitization products under our new agreement as well, so that our customers would continue to be able to purchase PPE products like hand sanitizers, face masks, and gloves under category A office supplies. Throughout the term of the agreement, OECM will conduct analysis, and if needed, we will update core products list with suppliers according to the spend patterns of our customers. On the other hand, we also have non-core products, and they are those in addition to the core products that our suppliers will be able to offer to our customers during the term of the agreement. Unlike the core products list, there will not be a set maximum pricing, but for non-core products, OECM customers will receive minimum discount percentage off from suppliers' list price depending on original equipment manufacturer or product subcategories. And all subcategories outlined in the core products will also be available under non-core products too. And for this time around, with rising demand, we have added science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, known as STEAM products, as a new subcategory under non-core products of office supplies. And some examples of STEAM products may include, but are not limited to, educational robots, 3D printers, and arts and craft supplies. We recommend reaching out to our supplier partners under category A office supplies for your unique STEAM product needs, and they will be able to assist with your specifications and requirements. Next category we have is category B, buying copy paper, where we have 2 awarded supplier partners today. Again, they are Grandin Toy and Staples Professional. Here, awarded suppliers will be able to provide both virgin and recycled white as well as colored copy paper products. And depending on your needs, suppliers would also be able to offer colored products in rainbow curtains. And should you wish to order samples of buying copy paper products, for the 2 awarded suppliers partners today, Grandin Toy and Staples Professional, they will be able to provide booklets of sample swatches at no extra charge, and that's including the delivery cost. For the core products list for buying copy paper, OECM attempted to include high usage papers and sizes, such as 8.5 inch by 11 or 14 inch, as well as 11 inch by 17 inch. And if you have any other paper requirements, such as size or colors, Again, please reach out to our supplier partners or let us know, and we can reach out to suppliers on our customers' behalf to seek availability. Continuing on with Category B fine copy paper. To ensure that our agreement offers high-quality fine copy paper products, OECM ensured that languages around product compatibility and testing were included in our master agreements. For instance, as stipulated in our master agreements, the supplier should provide fine copy paper products that should be of a quality that is compatible with and operates effectively on a wide range of multifunction devices, high-speed copiers, and printers. And should you wish to test out the papers, customers can also request product samples for testing and evaluation purposes from our supplier partners. In addition to quality, we also ensure that our supplier partners provide fine copy paper products that are environmentally friendly, and the products that our suppliers offer should be certified in at least one of the certification programs listed in bullet points on the screen. Lastly, similarly with the previous generation of fine copy paper agreement, I would like to remind our customers that there is a minimum order for Category B fine copy paper, which is either $50 or 5 cartons, whichever is lower. Now let's take a look at financial incentives that our supplier partners can offer to our customers. Before I begin, I would like to note that OECM sought to negotiate with suppliers to provide the best value for our customers when utilizing our office supplies and fine copy paper agreement. The project team has strived to ensure that our agreement provides as much savings as possible to our customers. So first, let's look at Grand and Toy together. The supplier will provide various incentives to customers identified as strategic partners to Grand and Toy. In order to be identified as a strategic partner, customer will need to meet one of the following requirements. First, be either existing or net new customers with minimum spend of $500,000 in the last 12 months across Category A, office supplies, and Category B, fine copy paper combined, since Grand and Toy is our supplier partner under both categories. Or be an existing or net new customer purchasing net new products or product lines from Grand and Toy valued at least $150,000 per year. Once a customer has been identified as Grand and Toy's strategic partner, they can receive various incentives, and they include the following: customized programs and core products lists to meet their specific needs, enhanced e-commerce integration and reporting tools, and market basket savings, as well as incentives of up to 5%. Next supplier, we have Hamster brand of Novexco, will provide the following added value incentives to our customers. Please note that Hamster brand of Novexco is awarded under Category A, office supplies only. So these financial incentives only apply to Category A, office supplies. First, Hamster brand of Novexco will provide rebate of 4% on the first 6 months of spend. In order to receive this rebate, a customer needs to sign a CSA with Hamster brand of Novexco and incur spends within the 6 months period. So 4% rebate will be provided on the 6 month spend from the date a customer signed a CSA with Hamster brand of Novexco. If applicable and required by the law, Hamster brand of Novexco will pay the equal fees on behalf of our customers, and Hamster brand of Novexco will provide access to all corporate promotions to OECM customers, such as buy one get one offer, discount and rebate coupons, and clearance sales as they are made available. Lastly, we have Staples Professional will provide the following incentives to our customers. First, for brand new customers to Staples, meaning that customers that do not have any spend with Staples Professional through any program under office supplies within the last 12 months, Staples Professional will provide 1% rebate on Category A office supply spend for the first year. For all other customers, the supplier may be able to offer rebate throughout the term of the agreement, and details are to be discussed between the supplier and the customer. With respect to how the rebate will be provided, all our supplier partners will discuss with customers and mutually agree on how and when incentives will be provided. Please be advised that the financial incentives that the supplier and the customer agree to can be incorporated into the CSA that you will sign and may be reviewed and adjusted, for instance, annually if required. From now on, I'll pass it back to my colleague Jason, who will walk us through how our customers can get started in using office supplies and fine copy paper agreement with our supplier partners.
Awesome, Justin. Thank you so much. Now, in this slide, I'll highlight the steps needed to review our agreement documents. And as with all OECM documents and agreements, agreement-related documents are made available through the OECM website. So that includes the master agreement, the RFT, the price list, and the customer supplier agreement template, along with other useful documents. However, to access these detailed documents, you do need to log into your OECM account if you've already got one. I'll go over this during our website walkthrough shortly, but if you don't yet have an account, you can create one by going to oecm.ca and completing the online registration. Once you've registered with OECM, please click on the Marketplace tab and search for the Office Supplies and Fine Copy Paper Agreement. And if you go to the Office Supplies and Fine Copy Paper Agreement, you'll be able to see all the documents as well as each of these suppliers' contact information. I do want to point that you don't need to sign any documents to review the agreement or get quotes or use OECM at all. There's no registration fees or spend commitments, and OECM agreements are entirely voluntary, non-binding, and it comes with a lot of flexibility for you to make them fit your internal requirements. Now, this slide outlines the steps you would take to start purchasing from one or multiple suppliers. Let's say you're a registered member on OECM's website. After you log in, you would do your due diligence in reviewing the details of the master agreements and the pricing of each of these suppliers. Please note that all suppliers have their own documents, such as the master agreement, price list, customer supplier agreements, and any amendments as applicable. If you've got any questions as you review, which tends to be usually around the scope of the agreement, please feel free to contact our customer support team, or you can contact the suppliers directly for directions. I'll go more into the optional second stage and purchasing options available to you in the next slide, but the next step would be to actually choose who to work with. And after review, once you know which supplier you like to work with, you would sign the customer supplier agreement, CSA in short. The CSA is an agreement between yourselves as the customer and the supplier or suppliers you've chosen. Although the CSA is governed by OECM's master agreement, you do have the flexibility to insert your own unique requirements within the CSA. So if you have a specific requirement that are within the scope of the agreement, or would like to add, let's say, a specific shipping location, you just need to discuss that with the supplier, and if it's mutually agreed upon, then you'd insert it within your CSA, sign off, send the CSA to the supplier for their counter signature. Once both parties sign, you're good to start purchasing. Now, getting into more details on the available purchasing options. As a customer, you have two options in purchasing through the Office Supplies and Fine Copy Paper Agreement. The first is to use the pricing that OECM has already negotiated, which are the rates stated on the price list of each of the suppliers. Or you can also issue an optional second stage request to get quotes specific to your organization. I do want to emphasize that the decision to issue a second stage request is 100% yours, and it's fully dependent upon whether your internal procurement policies require you to conduct one or not. We do recommend that you follow your internal policies on utilizing collaborative agreements. And for example, if your organization requires you to reach out to at least 3 suppliers for a spend of $50,000 and over, please do conduct a second stage. We have prepared a second stage guide and template for you to use, but you can also use your own template as well. Ours is available on the agreement landing page towards the top where the RFT is located for download, and I'll show that to you in a brief second. So regarding OECM support, we're here to support you throughout the term of the contract. We'll conduct contract management duties, including price refreshes and vetting the changes to the pricing, executing any amendments as required, and so on and so forth. We also do have frequent business reviews with all our suppliers to discuss the industry, as well as their performance under their agreement. If you have any questions or concerns, customer support is here to provide assistance. And if needed, the supplier relationship team and the customer support team will work together to support you in any way. Now, here we will walk you through our demonstration of our new website, more specifically relating to our office supplies and fine copy paper agreement, and we'll show you how to download all the documents you need to get started. So this is the main page of oecm.ca. Here, I just want to show you how to sign in and create a new account before starting the walkthrough. So once you click sign in and create a new account here on the top right, you will see this window pop up. For the new users, please click on register today and fill out the necessary information required. Once you register, we'll look at your account and approve it. And once you're approved, you can sign in using your email address here and also inputting your password here. So for the new users who have not signed in using our new website, we do ask that you click on forgot your password and reset your password. If you don't receive an email to reset your password, please get in touch with customer support and we'll provide assistance. So I'll just sign in using my email just to show you how the documents are shown on our website. So once you're signed in, you'll see our main page. You'll see the featured agreements, which shows the most recent agreements that have been launched. And since the office supplies and fine copy paper agreement has been launched most recently, it's on the left side. If you scroll down, there are additional information such as any news, any Twitter feeds that OECM issued. Now, the most common place you'll go into is the Marketplace tab. If you click on Marketplace here, you will see the Marketplace tab. And one thing to note is the Marketplace Guide. If you click on Download Marketplace Guide, you'll be able to download an interactive PDF file that shows all of OECM's active agreements, and you'll be able to see an overview of each of the agreements, the term of the agreements, and any expiry date, any extension options that we have, as well as the awarded supplier partners. Now, if we scroll further down, you can search agreements by keywords, also filter by category, by OEMs, and the suppliers. So if, let's say, we're interested in the office supplies agreement right now, so we'll take a look here. You click on the title, it'll redirect us to the agreement landing page. And on the top, in the blue section here, you'll see a general overview of the agreement, the expiry date, and if there's any extension options remaining, we'll list it out here. If we scroll down, here on the top, you will see the related documents. This is not supplier specific, and it's general documents such as the request for tenders document that we issued, the second stage guide, and second stage template. If you click on any of the categories here, you'll be redirected, or you can simply scroll down. And looking at the awarded supplier partners, we have all 3 supplier partners listed here. So if you do want to view information on a specific supplier, you do have to click on their name and the information will pop up. So for example, Grandin Toy, it'll show which categories they are offering under the office supplies and fine copy paper agreement. The supplier address will also be here and the key contact at the supplier organization. Also on the right, this is only available to you once you actually sign into our website, but here's documents for download such as pricing, the master agreement, the customer supplier agreement templates, and other documents that may be useful to review. And if we scroll further down, we'll see the categories available here, and also you'll see the awarded supplier partners that have been awarded under these categories. Scrolling further down, you'll see the benefits of each of the categories. So if you're interested, please take a look at these sections. And here we list out all the products or product categories that are available within these specific agreements. And if we scroll further down, we'll see the sector availability. So this agreement was open to all the public sector in Ontario, as well as the not-for-profit organizations. So please keep that in mind. And another part of our website that you might be interested in looking into is the Upcoming Agreements tab. So if you click Upcoming Agreements, you'll see all the agreements or project that OECM is currently working on. So here you'll see that we're working on a client information system agreement, and it's currently in the evaluation stage. The anticipated award date is March of 2022, and the sourcing manager is Chovik Roy. So if you click on Chovik's name, you'll be redirected to sending him an email. Now, this was a brief overview of our website, but if you do have troubles accessing our website or kind of accessing agreement information, please let us know. We'll be able to support you in any way. Yep, so here we listed out our contact information. As shown earlier during the website walkthrough, this information is available on the OECM website in the respective sections as well. At any point in time, if due to time constraints, we're not able to answer your questions, we'll make sure to reach out to you directly after this session.
So we are receiving some questions from our customers, and I can first address the first question that we have received. So a customer has asked, why is there inclusion of furniture into office supplies and fine copy paper agreement when there is furniture agreement that expires in 2024 with extension of up to 2026? So great question. I would like to first mention that furniture is a subcategory under office supplies and fine copy paper agreement, whereas the furniture agreement that we have, which I believe the customer is referring to the office supplies, office-based furniture and related services agreement, that one is specifically designed for furniture requirements. So furniture that is available as a subcategory under office supplies category is more geared towards small office and readily made furniture, such as desks, chairs, and chair mats. For the office-based furniture and related services agreement, scope is much wider, and that agreement offers more specialty furniture, such as filing and storage cabinets, modular sits, movable walls, and system furniture products. Hence, that is why we also have different pricing structure under the two agreements. So furniture under office supplies category has maximum pricing if that product is on core products list. And for office-based furniture and related services agreement, because it's specialty furniture, pricing structure is minimum discount percentage off from Canadian MSRP, the manufacturer suggested retail price, depending on furniture category. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much, Justin. We do have another question. So the customer asked, if we want to purchase both office supplies and copy paper from the same supplier, do we need to sign two separate CSAs? So I can take this on, Justin. You don't need to sign two CSAs if the supplier is awarded under both category A and B. So in this case, it would be Staples and Grand & Toy. So you just need to sign one CSA, and their CSAs cover both of the categories. So, yep. And another question is that, what happens to the previous office supplies agreement and fine copy paper agreement? Have they expired?
I can take on that question, Jason. So the previous generation of office supplies and fine copy paper agreements have not been expired yet, as they have not reached their final expiry dates. So for fine copy paper, its expiry is on May 31st, 2022. And for office supplies, its expiry is on August 31st, 2022. So OECM launched the new agreement, the retender agreement that we went through today, before their final expiry dates, to provide transition time for our customers to transition from the previous generation agreements onto the new agreement. So customers, existing CSA holders under the previous generation of the agreements, can continue to use previous generation agreements until their respective final expiry dates. So for fine copy paper, May 31st, office supplies, August 31st. However, should you wish to continue to procure office supplies and fine copy paper after their respective final expiry dates, you would need to transition and sign a CSA under the new office supplies and fine copy paper agreement.
All right, thank you, Justin. Yeah, so the next question is, how is the pricing set out for fine copy paper across the suppliers?
Thank you. So similar to office supplies category, there are core products list and non-core products list for category B fine copy paper. And for core products list, pricing of fine copy paper are set out per unit of measure. And on the price list, which you can access through our marketplace, you'll be able to find 4 different unit of measures and their rates. The 4 unit of measures that we have are rate per package, rate per carton, rate per pallet, and rate per truckload. And price list also includes other useful information that customers may consider as well, such as weight of the paper, size, color, brightness, recycled content, and certifications. So you may refer to the price list on the core list and find products of your interest. For non-core products, pricing would be minimum discount percentage off from supplier's Canadian list price. And please see price lists of our other supplier partners to see which brands are offered under non-core products and what discount percentage our other suppliers can offer to our customers. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Justin. So we have another question. Can we use both the price list and a second stage process for orders over our organization's threshold? I can take that on. So the second stage process is totally dependent on each organization's internal procurement policies. And this is around the thresholds and whether there's a requirement to initiate a quick quote process before selecting a supplier. So as a customer, you may compare the rates of each of the awarded suppliers, or you may also opt into initiating a second stage to obtain quotes based on their frequently utilized SKUs. So I hope this answer your question, but if you do have further questions about second stage, please let us know after the information session. And going on to the next question, you have an existing CSA in place. When do I need to execute the new CSA for the new office supplies agreement? So as Justin mentioned earlier, the current office supplies agreement, which is not the office supplies and fine copy paper agreement, is expiring in August 31st of 2022. So you do have a bit of transition time within now and August 31st, 2022. So whenever you're ready, you can sign on to the CSA. Okay. And the next question is the OECM pricing the same for office supplies in all 3 agreements? Justin, would you be able to take that on?
Sure. I believe customer is referring to would be the pricing same across 3 different suppliers awarded under office supplies category. The answer is no. Each awarded supplier partner will have their price list, and that price list will outline the products that they are offering under office supplies category, and will have different rates.
Thank you, Justin. So the next question, if I was on the fine copy paper agreement with Staples, do I need to sign a new CSA? The answer is yes. If you would like to sign on to the new office supplies and fine copy paper agreement, you do need to sign a new CSA. But the current existing fine copy paper agreement is expiring in May 31st of 2022. So you do have around a month of time. And the next question, regarding the minimum order of $50 on paper, can it be mixed paper or is that for all the same type? Justin, can you take that on, please?
Sure. For this one, the language states that the minimum order from a customer will be either $50, so that's the value of the order, total value of the order, or 5 cartons of paper, whichever is lower. So it doesn't necessarily have to be all the same type of paper. It can be mix of 1 carton for one type of paper and the other type of other paper, other size or other color of paper. So as long as if it's beyond $50, the total order value is beyond $50, or the number of cartons is beyond 5, there won't be any minimum order charge for category B fine copy paper.
Thank you so much, Justin. So the next question, I'll just combine 2 questions into one. The question is, are we going to have a copy of the presentation, and where on the OECM website can I download this webinar? I can answer this. Yes, so we'll definitely make ready a copy of the presentation. We'll also have the recording of the information session ready for download. You can download it either on the agreement landing page or the events page. So for the people who have asked this question, we'll reach out to you directly to provide you with this recording and the copy of the presentation. And I believe for the actual deck, we'll share it with all the participants today so you can have access to this deck. Do you have a price comparison between the 3 different office suppliers for the standard items? At this time, we do not have a price comparison file between the 3 suppliers, but this is something we'll look into and we'll get back to you with this answer.
And I would like to add that because this is SKU heavy agreements, meaning that there are so many different SKUs available under office supplies and fine copy paper agreement, should there be any specific product or SKU that you would like to conduct price comparison, let us know of that SKU and we can conduct some analysis and get back to you on that.
The next question is, are suppliers allowed to make changes on products and pricing if an item becomes discontinued?
Yes, so our master agreements have a language regarding resource refresh, meaning product refresh. So suppliers can identify discontinued items, replacements, as well as add new products as long as they are within the scope of the agreement. And as contractual obligation, if an item becomes discontinued, then supplier needs to notify customers of that discontinued SKU, as well as if there's any substitute or replacement for the discontinued item, then they will seek confirmation or approval from OECM and customer regarding that product can be offered as a substitute or replacement of that discontinued item.
Thank you, Justin. The next question is, during the evaluation of pricing, what weighting did pricing get? So since this was an RFP, the evaluation was based on solely based on pricing. Each SKU had a different subpoint allocation depending on the spending from the previous agreement. Are there any considerations for delivery, minimum orders, or otherwise? So information regarding delivery, any minimum orders, it can be found in the master agreement. And also we do have information located in master agreement section 1.1.8, which is delivery lead times. And it really depends on how urgent the order is. So please look at the sections there and you could have a conversation with the supplier to coordinate the lead times. Okay, we do have another question. Also, may I know if we can just have contract with the fine copy paper, but not sign contract for the office supplies? Or in other words, can we just sign the CSA with Staples, but not the other 2 vendors? Yes, you do have the option to do that. As all our agreements have been competitively awarded, you can just select the supplier of your choice and start purchasing from them. Just sign the CSA with one supplier. But we do recommend that you, again, follow your internal procurement policies around the use of collaborative agreements. So you may be required to conduct a optional second stage, which is entirely dependent upon your internal policies. We do have another question. Who is the 3rd supplier on fine copy paper? We are still in negotiations, so we can't really say who it is, but we'll definitely send out the communications with regarding who the 3rd supplier is once negotiations are finalized. Can we reach out to the awarded vendors with our own core list, or do we need to use the OECM core list? Justin, can you take that on?
Yep, sure. So if you have any specific products that you would like to compare rates across awarded supplier partners, then you can do so. We would recommend issuing a second stage request. And in the second stage template, you'll be able to insert all the products that you would like to obtain quotes for from different awarded supplier partners. So fill the template in, send it directly to suppliers, or if you want us, OECM, to reach out to suppliers on your behalf, share the file with us and we can coordinate that.
If we have had issues with one of the vendors on the list, can we bypass them? Yes, you can. As mentioned earlier, you do have the option to choose from one of the suppliers who have been awarded, since this was awarded competitively. But if you do require to that you do need to conduct a second stage, please do so. But if that's reason for you to not reach out to that supplier due to bad experience, you can just bypass them. Also, if we want to go with just Hamster for office supplies, are we allowed to do this? Will we only need to sign one CSA? Yes, that is correct. You can just sign with Hamster, and the only document that customers need to sign in order to leverage OECM agreements is the CSA. Okay, I don't see any additional questions coming in. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining in. Hope to talk to you again soon. Thank you.